How's it going, gamers? It's Chongo here, and today I've got a gameplay commentary for you guys. The gameplay is of Watch Dogs on the PC, and today's commentary topic is about the rumour that has been swirling around the internet about the Division graphics already being downgraded. So let's get into it. So I'll have a link in the description to the site where the rumour has been from. It's supposed to be from a source from Massive, who's working on the game apparently. And the reason given in the leak as why this supposed graphics downgrade is happening is because they want the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game to look as good as PC. Now, this isn't something that, is uncommon. I mean, this is console parity. I honestly thought when we would get next-gen games that we wouldn't be held back by consoles this quickly, but it seems like obviously we're going to be. And I think the same thing happened with Far Cry 4, where they said that, the best-looking Far Cry version of the game will be also playable on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, which just simply is not the case. If you're able to buy a graphics card that costs the same amount as the console, PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, obviously that should look better on your system. That's just how it works. So of course this is a rumour which could be completely false, but with what happened with the graphics in Watch Dogs, it seems like it could be a possibility. And in a recent interview, one of the game directors working on the Division said that it would look as good as it has been shown on E3. Now, this to me seems like something you can't really fully trust what these PR people say, and even if he is a game director, it's just like Ubisoft denied that there was a downgrade in graphics quality with Watch Dogs on PC, when I mean with these files leaking out that they're still there obviously was something that was downgraded. And I mean, I suppose they could argue the terms of the word, but they're not being 100% honest when they say something like that. So we can't really 100% trust with what they're saying now, because they kept saying that there has been no downgrade in Watch Dogs until this file has been leaked, and even then they didn't really agree to it. They just said that those are some old files. That was pretty much it. So it comes down to this: graphics aren't everything. I mean, I don't think anyone sits there and just plays games for graphics. That seems a little bit odd. I mean, it's obviously gameplay is a big part of a game, not graphics at all. But if you're showing a game to gamers and showing something that's meant to be a representation of gameplay, and it is impossible to get the game to look that good, gamers are going to be mad. That's simply just how it works. If you're showing me something and it's meant to be a representation of gameplay, I expect it to be pretty similar to what you've shown. I mean, I would much rather a CGI trailer if you didn't have a working, amount of the game to show me, or a vertical slice or anything like that, because at least with a CGI trailer, I know that's CGI. Whereas if you're showing something like this and then the graphics aren't as good, you're kind of showing us something that we aren't ever going to get. So it's exactly the same as CGI, but it's a little bit more sneaky. So a reasonable assumption used to be that if you saw a gameplay video for something that was coming to PC, you could say, oh, I've got a decent computer, so I should be able to run it at least, similar to that or close. But it seems like now, even with the best gaming PC out there, the graphics shown on the Division may be completely unachievable on any system. So if when the Division is released next year, and it doesn't look the same as this E3 footage that we've seen, gamers are going to be mad. It's as simple as that, especially with what's happened with Watch Dogs. People are going to be getting quite mad at Ubisoft, and it's getting to the point now where we're seeing some people starting to avoid Ubisoft titles because of using these kind of tactics, and it wouldn't be surprised if they kept moving up and get to the point where people start to hate them as much as they hate EA. I wouldn't be surprised if this rumour about the Division downgrade is true, because as far as I can tell, the Division hasn't been playable yet at E3, but this year they announced Rainbow Six Siege at the end of Ubisoft press conference, and then it was playable at E3, and people have been playing it saying it's a great game and it runs exactly like the demo. So I mean, that kind of raises the point, why is Division not playable yet? What's still going on with the development? And then that means, can we really trust the gameplay that we've seen so far, as no one else has really played it besides the developers themselves? So although I am looking forward to the Division, we will have to wait and see if it will look as good as it did at both E3 conferences, and we'll have to wait and find out more about the game in general, because it seems like they haven't dropped a lot of information on the game, and people are still, trying to work out what the Division actually is. So I think from now on, when I watch something like E3, I'm going to treat everything I see as just representation, so that way that when graphics get downgraded or, stuff like this, I'm not, as prone to believing in something that looks amazing because it may not actually be the case. So anyway, this brings me into my video on the Division and the possible graphics downgrade. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments about the Division graphics or Watch Dogs or anything like that, put it down below. And if you want to join the GamerHood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.